It is 4:41 on your Friday. Welcome back. It's been a year since Buffalo Police Lieutenant Craig Lehner died during a training session in the Niagara River, leaving his family wondering if his death could have been prevented.
To see somebody else have to go through what we've gone through, we'll do anything we can to make sure it doesn't.
Our I-Team investigator Ed Dranch getting answers, looking at department protocol to see what went wrong and what changes are being made to prevent another loss of life.
The shock.
Under overcast skies.
The denial of it all.
For the first time,
moving towards acceptance.
Craig Lehner's sister, Donna Wilson, visited the spot where her brother died 1 year ago.
You know, I almost feel like I need to go, but I'm scared to go.
Why are you scared?
There's still a lot of anger, upset. It's a process. Grief is a process.
Part of the process has included a search for answers, a reason why Lieutenant Lehner died during a routine training exercise with the underwater recovery team in the Niagara River last October. She's filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Buffalo and Buffalo police, claiming Lehner suffered pre-death terror, conscious pain and suffering underwater before he passed.
Was this something that could have been prevented? Because you know, to see somebody else have to go through what we've gone through, we'll do anything we can to make sure it doesn't.
Lehner was attached to a tether when he was snagged on a boulder underwater. A new state report explains 3 cuts were made in that tether. One, a source tells the I-Team, was at arm's length, indicating they say he tried cutting the line. Lehner's EMT shears were missing from his harness when his body was recovered. He did not have a quick-release snap shackle that experts say could have helped in an emergency.
The snap shackle allows the diver to quickly disconnect from the tether while using gross motor functions in an emergency situation.
You could come to the surface, but it would enable you to get out of the entrapment.
Brett Galambis is an expert diver with Robson Forensic in Pennsylvania. He says a snap shackle provides a safety and redundancy for public safety divers, and any major agency with standards would or should have them.
The need for safety for the safety divers or the rescue divers is paramount, because if they cannot be safe themselves, how can they either rescue somebody or recover somebody?
In its response to the lawsuit, the city argues Lehner may have failed to utilize available safety devices, but did not elaborate, and the city would not officially comment for this story. That said, the 7 Eyewitness News I-Team has obtained a list of the URT's equipment inventory, and quick-release snap shackles are not listed. They are not listed as part of this year's $21,000 URT budget either, which we've also obtained through an official request. This budget was submitted in the months after Lehner's death and includes 6 of these Sartec RSV-1 blocks, which, in an emergency, divers can share breathing gases without the exposure to contaminants or cold water, allowing a diver to switch supplies in less than a second. It is particularly useful to a diver with a full face mask and a diver who becomes trapped.
You can easily plug in any bottle, so if you need to bring down more reserve bottles because they're stuck or could be down there for a little while, you can just plug them right in without having to disconnect.
But sources connected to this case say Lehner was not wearing a full face mask during that dive in the Niagara. Experts say a full face mask for public safety divers is standard.
Certain agencies don't have the proper training and or equipment to actually enable them to do their job safely.
Training documents obtained by the I-Team show Lehner had done 5 training dives before this dive in the Niagara, 3 in the Union Ship Canal, 2 at the foot of Michigan. There is no documentation that he ever trained in swift water before the deadly dive in the river. Aaron Glazer, the family's attorney, told the I-Team, quote, "Officer Lehner did not receive proper training to dive in fast-moving waters such as the Niagara River. A diver should participate in several dives in moving water before he is subjected to a current such as the Niagara."
When I talked to him, it was all the excitement. It was the purpose of it all. You know, that he felt this was his way of helping the community. You know, he could be called at any moment, and he would be the one, you know, that they would call on for help.
A year later, there are still many questions, many emotions.
I'm angry at God for letting that happen. I know this is part of his plan, and I just kind of have to have the faith. But I'm mostly just angry and upset that he's gone.
A high-ranking Buffalo police source tells me everything on this $21,000 budget has in fact been ordered. And even though snap shackles don't appear on that budget, I'm told they have been ordered as well. For the I-Team Edge Ranch, 7 Eyewitness News.